Father's Day. Celebration of fatherhood, father figures' influence on society. It's Father's Day, huh? I always wondered, where was my father?
Let me tell you about my daddy. When I was a little boy, my daddy would always pick me up. When he came home from work, he'd pick me up. When he saw me in the nursery after church, he'd pick me up. No matter how long he worked, no matter how tired he was, my daddy would always pick me up. So when I had my kids, I would always pick up my kids. When I got home, sometimes I was tired. They have a bottle in one hand, and they just lifted up the other hand, and they knew what daddy was supposed to do. My job was to pick them up.
They say a woman can't raise a man, and I struggle with that. My mother was the one that raised me. She raised me to be a man, but who was there to teach me? See, as a single woman, she raised me, but she could not teach me. She tried her best. Nobody to teach me how to throw a football, to teach me what being a man is all about.
When you pick up a child, it is a spiritual transaction. When you pick up a child, you change their perspective. When you pick up a child, all of a sudden they can see the world the way you see it. I don't care what your children have done, there is nothing they can do for you to stop picking them up. Well, my daughter's a drug addict, I don't care, pick her up. My son messes up, I don't care, pick him up. I don't care. You pick them up. That is your job, mama. That is your job, daddy. That is your job, grandma. That is your job, granddad. Your number one job is to pick them up and change their perspective. My saddest day, one day, my daddy looked at me and he said, boy, you too big. I can't pick you up anymore. But when he couldn't pick me up physically, he would pick me up emotionally. He would pick me up spiritually. I had a great dad because he would always pick me up. He would always change my perspective.
At the football games, everybody else's dad was there, but you wasn't. The OGs, the high school football coaches, they would tell me these amazing things about you. See, they knew you, but I didn't. I remember growing up, being at school, and it'll be time to draw these family photos in. They'd have their fathers drawn in their photos. But in mine, there was no man to be found.
So my daddy called me on the phone, he asked me a question. He said, son, you had a tough year, what's next? I said, Dad, I'm gonna be a hospital administrator. He said, not bad, but let me ask you a question, son. Do you believe you're an NBA player? You can't outproduce your self-image, son. If you don't think so, go take the job. But if you believe you're an NBA player, go for it. My dad had the self-control and discipline and waited for my answer. And my answer was yes. You're right, Dad. I can't work the rest of my life. But playing in the NBA is a dream I've had ever since I was a little boy. He said, go for it, son.
I remember when Mama would say, if I don't get my act together, I'll be just like you. How ironic. And I stand tall for you too. I reply, don't you talk about my father. Resentment is like drinking poison, waiting for the other person to die. Who am I to judge you? Because when you walked up on me 5 years ago, at the age of 27, who am I to judge you? Who am I to judge you off your past and your circumstances? I understand that everybody, if you got breath in your lungs today, you can bounce back. I know it may only been 5 years, but I'm here to tell you, if you listening to this message and you have yet to make it right with your old man, if you have breath in your lungs, you can make it right today. Who am I to judge you, Dad, off your past and your circumstances? Who am I to judge you as if I don't know adversity is inevitable?
Go for your dreams. Don't live life with regrets. Go for your dreams. Don't live life with regrets. Go for your dreams. Don't live life with regrets. I could always hear my daddy's voice. You have children, you have grandchildren. Can your children and grandchildren hear your voice? I could always hear my daddy's voice. He would say, go out, have a good time, play with your friends, but don't let the street lights beat you home.
Father's Day is also a celebration of the parental bond me and my father got, the parental bond you and your father had since day one. It's Father's Day, huh? Dad, I want you just to enjoy this day, and I want you to understand, despite the time we've wasted, despite the time that we've lost, we haven't come this far just to come this far. I thank you for the 5 years, and although you may feel guilty, understand I love you.
When I started my motivational speaking business, I called my daddy and said, Daddy, I'm gonna be a motivational speaker. He said, son, you think you can be successful at it? I said, yes, sir. You think you can make a lot of money at it? I said, yes, sir. He says, go for it. That's all my daddy said to me was go for it. Daddy, thank you for always changing my perspective and instilling in me to go for my dreams.